Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Vampyre Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had a concerning case of yellow cough with one of our Mistwalkers, Blue Jay, who I really hope is going to manage to pull through from this sickness. I'm not sure if she's getting better or not. I don't want it to pass away because I want it to be present. I want it to thrive in life. Maybe find herself some romance. Even if she doesn't though, I want her to have strong friendships, connections, and obviously to be here for the remainder of her children's lives. Children who have become fledglings. So we have 3 new fledglings in the clan, guys, and I'm very excited to take a look at them. So first off, let's stop by the Leader's Den, where we have a neutral clan, in Gosma clan, with the other 2 being hostile towards us, so nothing new on that front. But let's dive straight into events. It is currently Moon 23. The war with Day clan has begun. Okay, so we just made peace with one clan. We've dived into, I think, our second war with Day clan. For some reason, Wind clan doesn't seem to want to actually get involved in a fight with us. They are hunting us actively, they're hostile, but they don't, it's almost as though they're happy to hide behind the other hunting clans and, get the other clans to do their dirty work. So maybe Wind clan doesn't lose their cats to the war. However, they have lost an apprentice of theirs to us in the past, to our Initiate clan. But okay. Newly made apprentice Alpor touches noses with her mentor, Master Burnleaf. So Alpor has actually been assigned to her father, which is a nice match, I think. But also, this may be a good chance for Alpor to kind of patch up with Burnleaf. I feel like in her younger days as a kitten, she's been quite critical of him because she doesn't like that her father and mother are no longer together. Grandmaster Shivering Star calls a meeting. He has been watching Sunny Cat for a while now and has decided to mentor him personally. Sunny Paw's eyes shine with pride. I actually love this for Sunny Paw because he is the invisible middle child in his family, and I'm really happy that even though he might not be getting, too much attention from his parents, the Grandmaster, the clan leader, has obviously noticed him and is now singling him out and giving him some attention and offering to mentor him. I feel like that would be, quite the point of pride for someone like Sunnypaw. And then, eager to learn the best ways to help her clan thrive, Firepaw excitedly touches noses with Lightsong, who Shivering Star was giving a lot of attention to in the last episode, and who actually stood out a little bit during the patrols because she was trying to keep the cats entertained and engaged during the patrols by telling a story, which, didn't last that long because the terrain was kind of too rough and she got exhausted, but she was trying, and I think he definitely noticed that effort. So that makes me really happy. All of these pairings I think were really good, but let's go ahead and actually check up on our cats, our fledglings. Oh my goodness. So we have Alpor over here, who is an insecure cat. Still a mossball hunter, but she's insecure, and her father is lonesome. So I think on top of, Alpor and Burnleaf maybe being forced to patch up, this might be a good pairing because Burnleaf, as a cat who I think needs a lot of time to himself, will probably prefer mentoring his daughter without a lot of involvement from other cats, which she might actually find more comfortable because it won't force her into uncomfortable situations. So she might be able to build up a little bit of a confidence when she's with a more familiar cat. So that is good for her. And then we have Sunnypaw, who is a nervous little fledgling, which I think makes a whole lot of sense. Not only because he was skittish when he was younger, but the flippin' Grandmaster has singled him out. That's a lot. It's exciting, but still it's a lot on his plate. And obviously Sunnypaw has never really worked closely together with the Grandmaster before, so his title might be a bit intimidating. But also, Shivering Star has a troublesome personality. So I feel like Shivering Star is kind of going to be the opposite of Burnleaf, and he's definitely going to throw Sunnypaw into a lot of uncomfortable situations. The good thing is he might actually encourage Sunnypaw to kind of break this nervousness he has. So there is that. And then with my favorite fledgling, Firepaw, who I am seeing a little bit more white in, like in her coat. Her coat just looks prettier and prettier as she gets older, but she's actually confident, which is wonderful, and she's still confident with her words. Now, she's being mentored by Lightsong, who is charismatic, and magnetic, so I think they actually make a really good pairing, because Firepaw, I think, has a lot of energy. Lightsong is going to be able to keep up with that energy, but also to keep Firepaw engaged in whatever it is she's trying to say. She'll be able to I think, control some of that excitedness or excitement, that Firepaw has. But also, she's going to be able to help work on Firepaw's confidence and build it up even more. So this is actually really good, really good. If I were to look at maybe who has, like just off the top of my head, maybe the most effective combination of traits, I feel like it would be Firepaw and Lightsong. Like, I would think they have the advantage. Just because, like I said, they seem to have a really good dynamic between the two of them, whereas the other two pairings work, but I feel like they will need to put in quite a bit of effort. But if we look at rankings, just to see who actually has the most experienced mentors and the least experienced, and which which fledglings might have an advantage. Obviously, we won't know how the apprentices or the fledglings themselves are going until the next moon, but Sunnypaw actually has the most experienced mentor right now in Grandmaster Shivering Star, and Firepaw has the most disadvantage with Lightsong, because Lightsong is the least experienced of the three mentors. But you never know, sometimes these youngsters, they're able to turn things around very quickly. So we'll have to see. There might be one among them who is like more talented than the others. But okay, let's go ahead and check up on the medicine cat den. Blue Jay was given lungwort as treatment for yellow cough, and Hazelpels could not find any herbs this moon. Okay, now let's check out relationships. Hazelpelt sneezed on Blue Jay. Hazelpelt! Nightstalker, you're supposed to be looking after Blue Jay, not sneezing on her when she already has sickness. Like, that doesn't help. What is this? Are you vaccinating her or something against some other type of cough? No. No, Hazelpelt, what are you doing? Quiet Flight explained something in detail to Master Burnleaf that others wouldn't explain to him. Master Burnleaf won't take Lightsong seriously. And you know what's interesting? That Quiet Flight, even though there was a moment when she kind of came between Burnleaf and Blue Jay's relationship, I feel like because of that, she and Burnleaf have funnily enough gotten really close, and I feel like they talk a lot about what's going on in their personal lives, their feelings, and like, not towards each other, but just in general. It's almost like they're close friends who like discussing those kind of deep things. So that's fascinating to me. But also, Burnleaf, it seems as though he's not too fond of Lightsong, who is actually now mentoring his like favorite daughter. So I don't know, maybe he disapproves of her teaching methods, or maybe he doesn't like the fact that his favorite daughter he thinks is so talented, but she got such a inexperienced mentor. I don't know. Twilight Fade is wowed by how bravely Quiet Flight fought the other day. Look at him being really proud of his former fledgling. Quiet Flight makes a snide remark about one of Twilight Fade's friends. Well, the youngsters can be quite sassy, you know. Grandmaster Shivering Star reveals something to his daughter Dusty Cave. Apparently Dusty Cave can relate. Some father-daughter bonding. Fire Kit doesn't believe Shivering Star, Grandmaster Shivering Star, when he explains that a rumor about him is false. So this was before the apprentice or the fledgling ceremonies. Something good happens to Lightsong, and most clanmates congratulate her, but Hazelpelt doesn't say anything at all. Okay, so since this ceremony hasn't happened yet, I'm assuming that maybe Burnleaf doesn't know that Lightsong is going to be his daughter's mentor, but he's heard like whisperings. I mean, he is assistant to the Grandmaster, so he would have heard maybe the Grandmaster's intentions. Quiet Flight had to nip Alkit on the rump because she was being naughty. Quiet Flight got a bunch of cats up for morning stretches, they didn't like it. Hazelpelt compliments Sunny Kit on his bravery today. Hazelpelt thought Dusty Cave was very polite today. Dusty Cave thought Twilight Fade was very polite today. Dusty Cave got a bunch of cats up for morning stretches, they didn't like it. Alpor offers to groom a hard-to-reach place for Light Song, who thanks her earnestly. Sunnypaw worries, okay, so this is when they've had their ceremonies at this point. Sunnypaw worries that one of his friends likes Grandmaster Shivering Star more. I think already Sunnypaw is maybe feeling a little bit nervous being under the shadow of the Grandmaster. Firepaw spent a long time talking with her father Burnleaf and was impressed by Burnleaf's insight. Okay, so obviously we know Burnleaf was a little bit concerned about who she was paired with. And maybe I think he was giving her strategies for how she can like do really well in her training and take advantage of everything. And, you know, work with her mentor's personality. And Firepaw, who is very close to her father, spoke to him for a very long time, and as usual was very impressed by everything he was saying and his insight, and she probably soaked in a lot of that. So I love that. I love that bonding time between them. But okay, that's all we have for the events. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to continue with the cat list. First up we have loyalties, where there has been a change. So Sunnypaw is now a loyalist to Grandmaster Shivering Star, and we know that is obviously because Sunnypaw has become his fledgling. So, you know, he is a fledgling being mentored by Shivering Star. So they do have a bond now, a new bond, a new connection, and he obviously wants to make a good impression on his mentor. So we have that, and I did notice some interesting developments in relationships. The first one was with Shivering Star, who actually, guys, hates Quiet Flight. So this friendship that he had and has had with Quiet Flight for a long time has turned hateful, and I think it's because Shivering Star feels as though Quiet Flight is taking too long to have kittens. She and Hazelpelt have become mates, they're in love with one another, and he doesn't understand what's taking like her so long. So I think his patience for her is running very short. So there is that, and the other thing that I noticed, the other change I noticed was in Burnleaf. Burnleaf also has come to hate Lightsong once more. I think this is the second time he has become enemies with her. He did back when Pumpkintail first passed, and then when his kittens were born, I think around that time, he ended that, you know, enemyship. But now it has begun anew, and I think, like we said, it's because he doesn't approve of Lightsong as a mentor for his daughter Firepaw, who he feels has a ton of potential, and I think he's disappointed that Firepaw's potential is not going to be, he thinks that it's not going to be realized with someone as inexperienced as Lightsong. So it feels like Lightsong is holding his daughter back. Hopefully Lightsong is able to change that perspective, but that is what I noticed in terms of relationships. Let's go to Twilight Fade now, take Hazelpelt and Quiet Flight down into the ruins to listen to the whispers. No doubt Twilight Fade would be getting a bit of a move on from Shivering Star. Sorry, not Burnleaf. Hazelpelt and Quiet Flight. Okay. Well, Comfort, Trust, and Jealousy has, well, Comfort and Trust has increased, Jealousy has decreased. So there was no like romantic interest or increase, this time around, and I think one, Hazelpelt doesn't want to rush Quiet Flight. He loves spending time with her regardless of how that is, but Quiet Flight maybe is, I mean, she's charismatic. I think she would make excuses. You know what? I could kind of see Quiet Flight as being the kind of cat who, yes, does want to have kittens with Hazelpelt eventually, but I think she also is very much enjoying this stage of their relationship, and she doesn't want to like hurry into having a family really quickly and being overwhelmed, kind of like how Burnleaf is and Blue Jay is. You know, Blue Jay's constantly sick, and Burnleaf is, in over his head with all his kittens and his duties. So I think Quiet Flight wants to just enjoy this time with Hazelpelt before any of those major changes happens. And I feel like she's also the type of cat who's very capable of talking her way out of, impatient situations. So that's what we have for them. Now let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Grandmaster Shivering Star is sharpening his claws. Master Burnleaf brought Hazelpelt a herb to identify, probably for Blue Jay. Look at him being attentive. Hazelpelt disappeared all day to explore the territory, maybe find some of the spots that Quiet Flight would have pointed out to him during her patrols. Twilight Fade is negotiating with a kitty pet to make use of the herbs in their two-leg garden. Blue Jay is cloud watching. Quiet Flight had a nice chat with a cat from another clan at the borders, so I think this is the second time in a row that she has been talking to one of the vampire hunters. Who knows, could be some of the vampire hunters who actually want to become an initiate, like someone we've had in the past. Lightsong is feeling perplexed. You know what, I think Lightsong can feel that, I think she knows that Burnleaf doesn't like her, and she doesn't know why she's being judged so quickly when she hasn't even had a chance to take Firepaw out and get things started with her. I mean, Lightsong, I feel like is the type of cat with a lot of confidence in herself. She's a good kid sitter, she's a good fighter, so she doesn't know why Burnley feels that way. In her eyes, it's a little bit unfounded. She hasn't even had a chance to prove herself yet. Dusty Cave wants to critique Lightsong's fighting techniques, probably to help her because she notices the tension too, and she does have a crush on Lightsong. Alpaw is sad she couldn't spend more time with Pumpkin Tail. Look at that. Look at that. Because, these kids, they grew up hearing about their father's first love and first mate. They know their father was never in love with their mother, so they're probably curious about her. I imagine they do have a little bit of affection for her as well. So that's nice that on this day Alpaw's remembering Pumpkin Tail. And they never actually got to meet her, Sunnypaw is picking the burrs from his pelt, and Firepaw missed a catch and is still sulking over it. Okay, well that's what we have for the cat list. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with patrols. Okay, let's go ahead and resume with our patrols. We currently have 100.1 prey, and we need 26.5. Let's send our Nightstalker Hazelpelt out first off, and finally we're going to have some bigger patrols. So we're going to have, after him, a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 2. Okay, it's not finding fresh juniper, that's the problem. As an evergreen plant, juniper is known to grow reliably even in the cold seasons. The problem is that juniper grows in large shrubs sometimes large enough to be literal trees. Climbing in these slippery conditions is a disaster just waiting to happen. Proceed. At least he doesn't have to dig through the snow for these leaves. Hazelpelt sighs, slowly and carefully snipping off juniper among the tree's branches. So juniper was gathered. And now I'm excited to see what kind of teaching techniques the mentors are going to have. Because before this, we've only had just the single fledglings, with Quiet Flight, with Lightsong, and with Dusty Cave. But really, the fun is when you have 2 or more, because then you start having, little competitions and rivalries, and it's more fascinating to see the combinations that come out in patrols and stuff. So let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, interesting change. So apparently Lightsong has decided, she knows she has to prove herself to Burnleaf, but she is going to keep Firepaw very close to her in this patrol of 6. But 2 of the mentors have decided to swap apprentices. Apparently, Burnleaf and Shivering Star have decided to swap their fledglings so that their fledglings can get different sort of experiences. So Burnleaf is going to be supervising Sunnypaw, and Shivering Star is going to be supervising Alpaw, so we'll see how that goes. But in the big patrol of 6, we have Dusty Cave, Lightsong, Master Burnleaf, Firepaw, Sunnypaw, and Quiet Flight, so let's see how they go. The patrol comes across a large rat. It's too busy digging around in a frozen pile of foul 2-leg crow food to notice the approaching patrol. Proceed. Firepaw easily catches the distracted rat. Master Burnleaf meows triumphantly. This is a great cat during Leaf Bear. A great catch during Leaf Bear. Unfortunately, while carrying the fresh kill home, Firepaw's mouth begins to sour. She buries the sickly rat away from camp, but it's too late. Over the next few days, Firepaw falls violently ill. Oh no, she has diarrhea now. Oh, I feel terrible. I hope that doesn't reflect badly on Lightsong and the fact that Lightsong maybe didn't know enough to teach Firepaw that, that particular rat was sickly or dangerous. But then the thing is that Firepaw, I think back in camp was upset that she missed a catch. So she would have been very eager to, prove herself during hunting. And she did in a way. And Burnleaf, her father, was there and he was even proud of her. But it kind of backfired. I don't know how serious diarrhea can get because I've never had a cat have diarrhea before, but hopefully it's nothing too bad. Hopefully, I'll be so sad if something happens to her. She's my favorite cat in the litter. And then we have Owlpaw and Shivering Star going out, so let's see what they come across. The patrol tracks the scent of a large dog along the edge of the clan's territory. There's only 2 of them! Proceed. Grandmaster Shivering Star tries to take the lion's share of the effort to lead the dog away, but his strength fails him and the rest of the patrol need to rescue him, which cuts the patrol short. Everyone knows the dog could still be lurking on their borders. Oh my goodness. Shivering Star he's very up there in age, he's quite old, so his strength failed him, and then poor Owlpaw, who's insecure, had to actually jump in to help save him from this big dog. Oh my goodness. That would have been such a terrifying experience. I feel like both patrols in a way had scary experiences today. Like very, very eventful. But oh my goodness, this is not good for Firepaw because she's gonna fall behind now. She won't be, depending on how long she has this sickness, and hopefully, she comes out of it okay, but she's not gonna be able to, gain any more experience if she's constantly stuck in the medicine cat den. I'm distraught for her. Oh no, Firepaw, oh no. But okay guys, that is all we managed to get done today. With that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.